on now, miss. Let's keep moving. It's on your right. Here.
No. No, I'm usually in charge of the second and third.
So each maid has her assigned role.
Yes.
So, second police, that's all you do there.
Here we are. Good luck. She's all yours, sir.
Sophie Roy, I'm Detective Maurice Tremblay. Let's see. 21 years old, working at the Clarendon for over a year. Husband?
I'm sorry?
Are you married?
No, not yet. I live with my mother. She's sick, so I have to take care of her.
No father?
No. It's always just been me and my mom.
All right, Miss Roy. I need you to tell me everything that happened, starting with this morning.
Au parc La Fontaine, les filles s'en vont et s'y promènent au bras des garçons. Tu les entraînes au cœur des buissons où elles étrennent l'amour en saison. Tu les enchaînes dans un tourbillon de vrais poèmes, car dans les frissons naissent toujours les plus belles chansons d'amour. Au clair de la fontaine, j'ai vu dans tes yeux mille couleurs. Quand la claire fontaine s'amusait au jeu de nos deux cœurs.
Vacuuming's done. Now just a bit of tidying up and I can go on break. Only menswear. Are you in town for a business trip, maybe? That's a lot of money to owe. Just what did you get yourself involved in?
De ce printemps qui fit fleurir tous nos 16 ans. Chérie, dis-moi, te souviens-tu de cet émoi naissant dans nos âmes ingénues? Au parc La Fontaine, comme il faisait bon, lorsqu'en nous-mêmes naissait la chanson, tu nous entraînes dans le vieux buisson, comme aux anciennes et douces saisons. Tu nous entraînes dans le tourbillon de vrais poèmes, car dans ces frissons naissent toujours
Not a bed's not complete without its pillow.
la vue qui nous mène sous les vieux rameaux du temps passé. Dans nos âmes ramène les tendres échos de ces années. La fontaine, le
Good enough.
de ce poème, veux-tu sans façon, mais toujours la vraie chanson de notre vie.
And voila. Good as new. No need to bother reception right now. Only menswear. Are you in town for a business trip, maybe?
Have you heard about that nut house they want to build next door?
Yeah, it creeps me out. Imagine all the weirdos who'll start hanging around the hotel.
I can think of someone who'll feel right at home. Look at her, always glued to that gossip magazine.
Do you think she has any real friends? Or is it just Gracie, Joan, and Marilyn?
Well, when your own life is that dull, you need to get your excitement somewhere. Oh, did you see Rebecca come in this morning? She was wearing the same clothes.
Now, don't you think you're overreacting? This is exactly the kind of behavior Linda warned me about.
She's doing everything she can to break us apart.
Sophie speaking.
Hey, it's Beth. Do you think you could come up real quick?
Sure. I'll be right there.
You're right, you shouldn't.
Now I realize I've been blind. I was so in love with you that I couldn't see.
What?
What can you do?
Tempting, but every penny adds up, Sophie. Now's not the time to pick up smoking, Sophie. I'm not sure how the children are affected by what goes on at a bar on a Friday night. But I'm no lieutenant, so... Wouldn't be surprised if everyone's a little bit more on edge today. Bad weather has a way of doing that. Ah, my new home, according to Suzanne and Yvette. This is horrible. I don't think I'll ever understand what pushes people to go so far as killing. This is horrible. I don't think I'll ever understand what pushes people to go so far as killing. Let's see what Beth wanted to talk about. Hey, Beth.
Hey there. So, who's sleeping?
Sleep... what?
You were whispering just now on the phone, so I thought maybe Eugene or Bobby were napping in the break room again.
Oh, yeah, no. It's Jacques and Wendy. They were, in the middle of something.
Ugh, it's so awkward when they start making out like no one's watching. Get a room. We literally work in a hotel.
You said you needed me?
Oh, Straight to business then.
Sorry, it's just a busy day.
I get it. It's been non-stop for me this morning, too. Wanna guess why I summoned you here?
I'm guessing there's something I have to clean?
Obviously. But what is it?
Did a kid throw up again?
God, no. Did that happen recently?
Yeah, last week. I can still smell it. Feel it, too. While I was cleaning, some of it got...
I'm gonna stop you right there. Keep talking and you'll be cleaning up after me, too.
Oh. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you'll be glad to know it's nothing gross this time. A nice gentleman decided it was time to redesign the lobby and helped us by knocking over that vase on his way out of the hotel.
That's it?
I would do it myself, but the last time I tried to leave the front desk, Bernard emerged from his lair to scold me about procedures and whatnot.
Well, we can't have the beauty of the Clarington Hotel take absence from her throne, can we?
Oh, the people would riot.
Bernard especially.
Bernard's hardly the people. Anyway, I have to get back to work. There's a mop in the supply closet next to Bernard's office, I think.
Thanks. I'll see you around. Chocolate mousse cake. Maybe Bobby wouldn't mind sneaking me a slice. Ugh, no. Bernard would have both our heads. Linda's been putting these everywhere lately. It's weird that Bernard allows it. Okay, let's get that mop from the supply closet.
Linda, Wendy's great at her job. Guests absolutely love her and...
Not just guests, apparently.
Oh, God damn it, Linda! I only like her because guests like her. Making sure guests are happy is my job, after all.
You don't seem to care whether I'm happy.
Listen, if Wendy wasn't doing her job, that'd be another story, but I can't just fire her without good reason.
What if she stirred up trouble among the staff? Would that be a good reason?
Curiosity killed the cat.
Oh, Andrew, hi. I'm sorry, I was just...
Spying on our manager?
No, I heard something, and I...
Hey. It's okay, I'm just pulling your leg. I'm sorry I scared you.
I'm not used to having people around me while I work.
Yeah, you're always working alone up there, aren't you? I actually think it's the first time I've seen you down in the lobby. Don't tell me you've been sent to clean up after the Valentine's Day ball.
No, Beth called me. A guest knocked over a vase and made a mess in the lobby.
Yeah, I saw that catastrophe happen. Just what we need, huh?
Well, I'd rather be doing that than cleaning the reception hall with Nicole.
Oof. Yeah, I don't even want to see the state of the place after this weekend. I know chocolate fountains are for dipping, but I didn't expect to find someone's shoe in there.
How?
No idea. You must see plenty of weird stuff too, right?
Yeah.
What's the weirdest thing you found in a guest's room?
It's a bit gross.
Oh. I hope it's got nothing to do with bodily functions.
God, I hope so too. A few weeks ago, I walked into a room and found the trash can filled with cucumbers. Like, whole cucumbers. And some of them were carved, and I threw the whole trash can out that day. Don't tell Bernard.
I won't. Oh. I better go help Beth. It's hell here with the snowstorm.
It's okay. I need to...
Yeah, alright. Take care.
You too.
As if it wasn't enough having to deal with endless letters of advice from Raymond.
Raymond? What does he want?
He wants me to lower room prices. Make sure the hotel stays accessible to everyone.
Can you tell table 12 we're out bacon?
Bobby made it very clear he doesn't like anyone walking into his kitchen uninvited.
I'm really sorry about that. I'll have a word with our kitchen staff to make sure it doesn't happen again. Well...
Ew. I better throw that away. A film roll? The guest must have dropped it when he knocked over the vase. Probably should return it to him. Now I just put the leaves back in the vase, and it'll be like nothing ever happened.
I understand, Mr. Ramsey. I wish I could make the snowstorm disappear. I really do, but sadly, that's not within my power.
Beth, who knocked over that vase?
Mr. Spade.
Mr. Spade?
Well, I can check with the airport and let you know when flights resume. Until then... Yes, I know. You've said that already. But... No, that's...
So, which room are you staying in, Mr. Spade?
Well, you're welcome to speak to my manager if you'd like. I'm sure he'll be thrilled to talk to you. Well, for that, you'd have to talk to my manager's manager. Would you like to contact him? Sadly, he doesn't have a phone. He's a bit of an old-fashioned fella, if you know what I mean. Yes? Yes, certainly. So first I suggest finding a nice little corner where you can kneel down, all right? Then you clap your...
Beth said the guest was a Mr. Spade. The film roll probably belongs to him. I should be able to find his room in the logbook.
G-O-D. I'm sure he'll be very sympathetic to your plight.
Where am I going? I need to get back to the logbook and find Mr. Spade's room number.
Third? Oh well.
Room 505. Great. That's on my floor. I can return that film roll without going out of my way. Poor Nicole. No one should be stuck cleaning up the reception hall after a ball, even if they did draw the short straw.
Hold it, please. Phew, made it. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Was it you who cleaned the puddle by the restrooms?
Was I not supposed to?
Well, Eugene asked us not to touch anything until he's repaired the leak, but it's probably safer this way. Someone could have slipped on it.
Which floor?
Oh, 6th. Thanks.
What's the big rush?
I need to bring this to our VIP guest, the one who rented the entire floor.
Oh, is it that British man I keep hearing about? Why does he need a bucket full of snow?
No idea. I don't even ask anymore. It's just the latest in a long series of strange requests.
What do you reckon he'll do with it?
Take a bath, maybe? Sometimes I wonder if he's just pulling an elaborate prank on me.
Can't you tell me who he is?
I've never actually met him. I always talk to his assistant. Only Bernard knows his identity.
Oh.
I do have a suspicion, though.
Oh?
But I'm not sure I should say it.
Can't you at least give me a hint?
Okay, let me think. Whew. Saved by the bell.
Hey, come on. Don't leave me hanging.
Let's just say I like to prolong the suspense.
Wait. Is that the hint?
Who knows?
Fair enough. Have fun up there.
You too.
I should return Mr. Spade's film roll. Room 505 is on my list anyway. Does carrying this everywhere really make us better maids? Bernard seems to think so. Mr. Spade? Mr. Spade? What is this?
Looks like prescription drugs. But what are they for exactly?
I should bring that back to my cart.
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Beth speaking. What can I do for you on this very fine day?
Beth, it's Sophie. Can I speak to Andrew, please?
Yeah. Hold on. Andrew? Andrew?
I'm here. Clarington Hotel reception desk. Andrew speaking.
Hey, are you okay?
Hey, Sophie. Yeah, it's just... my trip to the 6th floor took longer than expected.
Oh, I'm sorry to add to your plate, but I really need your help.
Sure. What's up?
I think Mr. Spade's stalking me while I work.
Mr. Spade? Why would he...
I don't know. He took pictures of me. I found them hanging over the bathtub. He set up a kind of dark room.
Jesus. What are you doing in them exactly?
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but sometimes when I clean the rooms, I get a little curious and, snoop through our guest stuff.
Oh. And Mr. Spade caught you in the act?
Yes. I think we should call the police.
Whoa, slow down a minute.
But...
Sophie, there are pictures of you invading our guests' privacy.
But I didn't steal anything. I was just snooping, I swear.
I believe you. But others might not. With those pictures, it could really blow up in your face if a guest were to complain about missing items.
So I just leave? Do nothing?
That's not what I'm saying, but I think you should try to get a better understanding of the situation before you tell anyone. I've given photography a shot before.
Really?
At least I planned to. Did a whole lot of reading, and didn't quite get to the doing part. Anyway, the point is that dark rooms like that take a lot of time and effort to set up. It seems unlikely he went through all this trouble just for a few pictures. I bet there are more of them, somewhere.
Well, I didn't look through the entire room, but there is a safe here.
That would certainly be a good place to store pictures.
Do you have the safe combination then? I'm pretty sure it's locked.
Maybe I can... Give me a sec. Shoot.
What?
Bad news is, I can't find the combination list. Good news is, we can probably do without it. Most guests write their code down to make sure they don't forget it. So, say you wanted to look for it, I could keep an eye out and call you if I see our mysterious photographer return.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
No problem.
Oh, and Andrew?
Yes?
Please keep this between us.
Of course. Don't worry about that.
The oratory. I just went there for the first time and... God, it's been years, hasn't it? I remember this sale. I picked up that new winter jacket for Mom. Harry's diner, too. Were we ever there at the same time? You didn't strike me as much of a doodler. What's that supposed to be? A 7? Beaver Lake? That's where I took Mom skating last month. Why is this up here? Is this a floor of the Clarington? Morgan, is that your real name? Why did you check in under Mr. Spade? One man's trash is another maid's trash. I hope you weren't eating those beans. Something tells me you won't be missing this. What do we have here? Request to move to 507. Why did you want to change rooms? Yeah, no surprise Bernard denied the request. Mrs. Beaumont's been here so long, we could probably just put her name on the door at this point. Who knew Bernard could be nice? There's something on the back. Could that be a reminder for the safe combination? Could that be a reminder for the safe combination? You spent 10 years in a psychiatric hospital, and it looks like you left with a long list of diagnoses and prescriptions. Date of discharge, 1957. 57. I'd forget my own head if I didn't write everything down. I guess we have that in common. "99th Infantry Division. 99. Is he here?
Who? Oh, Mr. Spade? No, he's not.
Andrew? You said you'd call if he was coming back to his room.
Right. I did, right. Sorry about that.
Oh my god, Andrew. I nearly had a heart attack when I heard the phone ring.
I'm so sorry, Sophie. I couldn't help but check in. Did you find more pictures of you?
No, I haven't. But I did find something else.
What is it?
He's got a kind of yarn map of Montreal on the wall.
Whoa. Like they have in the movies? What is he tracking?
Me, I think. The map's marked at a couple of spots. They're all places I visited recently.
Jesus. Did you... have you found anything on him?
I found some evidence that points to his real name being Paul Morgan. Mr. Spade must be an alias.
The Maltese Falcon!
The Mall what?
I can't believe I didn't notice it earlier. The Maltese Falcon. It's a book centered around a private investigator named Sam Spade.
Oh, you don't think Mr. Morgan's a PI too, do you?
Well, if he is, he's not exactly being subtle about it. It's like being a spy and using James Bond as a pseudonym.
James who?
Never mind. It's from another book. Did you find anything else?
He seems to have spent some time in a psychiatric hospital.
Oh, he did? Well, a lot of people do, really. More than you'd think. It's not that weird. What does he suffer from?
According to his file, insomnia, anxiety, memory loss.
He's probably been through some pretty traumatic events. So is that all you've found, then?
I discovered an army picture taken in Belgium in 1944. I think he was in World War II.
That would certainly explain his symptoms. Imagine all the horrors he must have seen. Do you know which division he was in, by any chance?
The 99th Infantry, I think.
The Battle Babies.
The Battle Babies? That's a weird nickname.
That's because most of the soldiers in the 99th were inexperienced. Still, they fared well against the Germans. Got medals of honor and everything.
How do you know so much about World War II?
From books, obviously.
Of course. Well, I'm glad you know so much about so much stuff.
Who knew being a huge nerd would pay off one day? Found anything else on Mr. Morgan?
I'll know more once I open the safe.
Wait, you figured out the combination already?
It took some work, but yes.
Wow. You're a resourceful gal, aren't you?
I have my moments.
Well, I'll leave you to it then.
Okay, I'll call you back.
Please do. And I won't call again unless Mr. Morgan returns. For real this time.
All right. Thanks. M and H. M and H. Who are they? Are they guests here? That was taken in the lobby. Okay, Sophie, you should probably put this down. Now. I should make sure I've checked every page of the journal. You're going through their trash? You really want to find out what M and H are up to, don't you? Why are you following them? And who's sneaking out at night? So many questions. That's a lot of film. How many pictures have you taken, Mr. Morgan?
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Andrew speaking.
It's me.
Oh, hey. Just a sec.
Beth, could you cover for me?
Again?
Pretty please?
Sorry about that. So, I take it you opened Morgan's safe. What was in it?
Actually, I need your help again.
Of course. What's up?
I found out Mr. Morgan isn't only stalking me, but 2 other people as well.
2 other staff members? Who is it?
No, they're guests. I don't know their names, though. I was hoping you could find them in the logbook.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Are you alright?
Of course. Sorry. I'll just need some more info to narrow the search. What do you know about them?
Mr. Morgan refers to them as H and M.
It could be initials, or maybe, I don't know, husband and mistress?
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, I'll need a little more to go on.
From what I can gather, it seems they're together.
Okay, so we're probably looking for a room with a double bed then.
Do we have a lot of couples at the moment?
Well, seeing as last Friday was Valentine's Day.
Oh.
So yeah, a lot. Wait a minute. There's a couple staying in room 509. Hector and Marcella Cruz.
Hector and Marcella. H and M.
My thoughts exactly.
Do you know anything about the Cruzes?
Well, I was there when they checked in. Handed them a couple pamphlets on tourist attractions. I remember noticing that Mr. Cruz wears the same cologne as my father, but...
That's not much to go on.
Yeah, I know. Do you, perhaps, have room 509 on your to-do list?
I do, actually.
Would it be wrong of me to suggest you do some...
Snooping? I guess that's what I'm known for now.
Nah, don't worry. I'm sure we'll find a better legacy for you.
I'll call you if I find anything.
Watch out, alright?
I will. I promise. have forgotten my keys in the break room again. I'll need my keys to enter room 509. I should probably check the break room. Come on, Sophie. That door won't magically unlock just because you want it to. Shoot, it's locked. I guess I'll have to get Linda's master key instead. Linda usually leaves a master key in the women's locker room. Hypocrite bitch. What did Linda do? And to whom? Oh, Linda. What would your husband think of all this? Oh, Linda. There aren't that many people whose names start with a B around here. That'll do. I'll just have to make sure I don't forget to return it. Linda, you're not even trying to hide the daggers in your eyes.
What is it?
Wendy? It's Sophie. Are you alright?
Do I sound alright?
No, I guess not.
Just leave me alone. I don't want to talk.
I don't mean to disturb you, but did you see who wrote that message on Linda's door?
What?
The lipstick message. Do you know who wrote it?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Please, Sophie, just go.
All right. Okay. It's locked. This goes beyond constructive criticism. It's just a personal crusade. The handwriting is familiar. So is the colorful language. This shade of red, it matches the message on the door. I don't want to think of what could happen to Wendy if someone found these. Should I? Yvette's and Susan's favorite activity, talking behind other people's backs. What could I say? It was a very nice mixer. Well, I think your haircut looks good, Reb. To be tossed aside by your best friend like that? Oh, Wendy, that's a special brand of heartbreak. Fine. Off limits. Being recognized for doing a good job. That feeling never gets old. Haven't gotten any tips so far today. Open sesame? Nope, it's locked. Off limits. It's locked. Off limits. The way they look at each other, you can tell it's the real deal. Fine. Keep your secrets, locker. Beth definitely doesn't want more reasons to have to talk to guests, especially if it involves apologizing.
Hey, Sophie.
Oh, hey, Andrew. On break already?
No, not yet. I have to deliver something to our VIP guest.
Again?
Yeah, the requests just keep on coming. What about you? Aren't you supposed to be in 509?
I'm heading up now. I just had to grab Linda's master key before I could continue our investigation.
Ah, gotcha. What a day, huh? Tending to an eccentric VIP guest, discovering, well, what you discovered in 505. Pretty exciting as far as a workday at the Clarington goes.
Yeah, that's definitely one way to put it. That's not all, though. I was looking for my keys, and I heard someone crying in the bathroom.
You sure it's not the old Clarington ghost again?
No, it's Wendy. She's pretty upset.
What happened?
I think Linda got to Jacques' head, and Wendy hit back by writing hypocrite bitch on her door.
Oof. I mean, this was bound to happen. You'd have to be living under a rock to miss how Linda's been treating her lately.
Whatever happened, I'd rather not get involved.
Yeah, that's probably wise. We wouldn't want to make things worse. Interpersonal conflict makes for a good read, but in real life it can be a bit much to deal with. You've always been good at staying above it, though. You get along with everyone.
I don't think I get along with everyone, but some people are worth getting friendlier with. Like you.
Oh, thanks. I'm glad not everyone around here thinks I'm a complete bore. Wait till Beth hears this. Well, it was nice to chat. Don't let me keep you, though. I have to head to maintenance anyway. Maybe Eugene can help me find the product our guest of honor is looking for.
Yeah, we both got a lot on our plates today.
I'll be ready and waiting for your updates on H&M.
Take care.
You too.
Oh, I do have 506 next on my list. Should I pop in before checking out 509? No combination, no entry. Looks like someone tore that note apart, but I'm missing some pieces. I can't make out what's written. These are lovely. I wish you'd had more confidence in yourself. I left the clean towels on my cart. Someone's been sleeping here. I should leave it as it is. Hello? Hello? Andrew? Is that you?
Hotel reception desk.
Andrew?
Hey, Sophie.
Did you just call me?
No, I didn't.
Then who called?
I'm not sure I understand.
Someone just called, and they said nothing. All I could hear was static and breathing.
That's pretty unsettling. Hang on. Hey, Beth? You got a minute?
No.
Give me a second, Sophie. Okay, so Beth tells me she just patched a call through to 509.
Did she recognize the caller's voice?
Oh, do you think maybe it was Mr. Morgan?
Yeah.
Let me check. Okay, it was a male voice, but she's not sure whether it was Mr. Morgan's or not.
Did she notice anything else?
She says it sounded like a bell rang in the background. Like an elevator bell. So she assumed whoever was calling was one of our guests.
You didn't see Mr. Morgan come back to the hotel, did you?
No. I get why you're on edge, but I don't see any way he could know you're in 509. I haven't spoken to anyone about this.
I know you didn't. Can you ask Beth not to patch any calls here for a while?
Yeah, sure thing.
Thanks. I haven't had time to check all of 509 yet, so I better get back to it.
Wait a second. I just remembered something about this morning. I can't believe I didn't think about it before.
What is it?
A few minutes after Mr. Morgan knocked over that vase in the lobby, I saw Mrs. Cruz rush out of the hotel, all alone.
Really? Do you know what time it was exactly?
I think it was a minute or two after 10. What?
I remember hearing a loud noise on the 5th floor right around that time. Like a door slamming really hard.
You think it was her?
Maybe. Did you notice anything weird about her?
I don't know. She passed by the front desk so fast I barely had time to see her. Although...
Yeah?
I've always seen the Cruzes as a pair. I suppose it is a bit odd that she left without her husband. Maybe she was sneaking out. Or maybe she was following Mr. Morgan.
Yeah. Hopefully I can make sense of all of this.
I'm sure you can. Give me a call as soon as you've found something, okay?
Okay. Thanks for the info.
Wow. You look like a couple out of a magazine. This person looking for you back in Texas, was he really just a coworker? Cruz got her personal information stolen. Is Mr. Morgan behind it? Who could blame you for seeking help? I'd do the same in your shoes. These scribbles don't look random, but I can't figure out what they mean. Fernie and Wiseman. Have I seen this logo somewhere? It's some kind of code. Could I break it? Locked. It looks like the code is made up of 4 letters. Am I reading this right? The account's been emptied. You don't see someone withdraw $5,000 every day. Just what could have made you empty out your entire bank account? More of these symbols. Just what I was looking for. More of these symbols. Yes, these are part of the same set. I think I can use this. This looks right up Andrew's alley. I wonder if he's read this one. Yes, these are part of the same set. I think I can use this. Yes, these are part of the same set. I think I can use this. More of these symbols. Just what I was looking for. That's one of the symbols. That's one of the symbols. I will leave notes in the vent next to your room.
Clarington Hotel reception desk. Andrew speaking.
Hey Andrew, it's me.
Sophie, did you uncover anything in 509?
I did. I found a message written in strange symbols. A kind of secret code.
What? Awesome! Did you crack it?
It says, I will leave notes in the vent next to your room.
In the vent? What an odd thing to do.
Yeah. And whoever the message was intended for went through a lot of trouble to hide it. It was torn in a dozen pieces and scattered in 3 different trash cans.
So the Cruzes are keeping secrets from each other. Do you think maybe one of them's having an affair?
I don't know. It really looks like blackmail.
Blackmail? What makes you say that?
I found a bank statement belonging to Mrs. Cruz. Her account was emptied very recently.
Emptied? No one does that unless they're in trouble. Or traveling.
What do you mean?
Well, they're not home, so they do need their money handy. Plus, a trip can be pretty costly. It's weird, but it could be anything. Did you find something else to back your theory?
I also found a letter from some sort of company, Fernie and Weissman. It mentions a security breach.
Targeting the Cruzes?
Just the wife. It seems some of her private information was stolen by someone.
Okay, it can't be a coincidence that she would withdraw all of her money right after a security breach. Whatever it is they found out, she was willing to pay them to keep quiet about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
It could be blackmail for sure. Do you think Mr. Morgan's the blackmailer?
What if the Cruzes hired him to find the blackmailer's identity?
By following them around and taking pictures of them? That's a weird strategy.
Maybe he hopes to catch the blackmailer the next time he gets in touch with them.
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
I'll go have a look at the vent that's mentioned in the message, just to be sure we're on the right track.
Good idea. It's almost break time for me. If you need my help again, you can ask Beth to patch you through to the break room.
All right. Enjoy your break.
Thanks, Sophie.
I've been waiting for this all morning. I just wondered, did you hear anything?
Now's probably not a good time to disturb Bernard.
Into the woman's locker room, did you? No. Why on earth would I go there? I just thought, oh, never mind.
Oh, Eugene. I had no idea. Sounds like Eugene asked Bernard to stop opposing the construction of the new psychiatric hospital. And Bernard was Bernard. Highest priority, huh? That means Eugene's probably working in Bernard's office right now. Wait, Sophie, you don't need these. Be careful. It's a slippery slope towards becoming a hoarder. Shoot, no screwdriver. What's life without a little challenge? Huh, this must be Eugene with his daughter. He looks like a caring father. I've never seen two people more suited for each other. I hope they work things out. They need to. Now's probably not a good time to disturb Bernard.
It's, Miss Belivet, isn't it?
What? Oh, Roy.
Oh, right. You're the one who took last week off, aren't you? You had to, take care of your sister, I think?
Mother. My mother. She's very sick.
No, I hope this doesn't become a recurring thing. I need to know I can count on you.
I understand, sir.
What are you doing here, anyway? Are you on break?
No. I'm just getting a screwdriver.
A screwdriver? What for?
Loose vent.
Well, that sounds like a job for Eugene, doesn't it?
Yes. You're right.
Then leave the repairs to him.
Okay. I will.
What's going on?
Oh, Andrew.
Oh, sorry. Seems I've made a habit of sneaking up on you today. Spying on Bernard again?
No, I'm looking for a screwdriver. For the vent. Linda asked Eugene to fix Bernard's window.
Ah, gotcha.
Eugene?
What the... maybe you should go have a look. You know what? I'll stand guard by the elevator and, holler if Bernard approaches.
Okay, thanks. I'll be quick. Opposing something that could help so many people just because it's close to your hotel? This is ridiculous. So, I take it the open window was not an accident. Can't say I blame you, Eugene. So, I take it the open window was not an accident. Can't say I blame you, Eugene. Aha! Let's get you to that vent. Ew! Is this Linda's? Does not look like a nice brotherly check-in. I had no idea things were this bad between Bernard and Raymond. Bernard. So close to doing something altruistic, but here you are holding it over your brother. What Bernard considers sinful debaucheries could fill an encyclopedia. Could be anything from wild parties to guests walking around with their ankles exposed.
Do you remember that loose tile from last week?
Yes?
Well, I'm afraid it hasn't been properly repaired.
What do you mean?
I mean that, it's still broken, sir. Someone put a rug on top of it, but you can still hear it crack. I'm just checking to make sure guests don't trip over it.
Is that part of your job description?
No. No, it isn't, sir.
Oh, well, then I suggest you stop worrying about Miss Belivet. What we...
I was looking for a screwdriver to fix the loose vent I told you about.
Didn't I tell you to leave it to Eugene?
Yes, you did.
Then what are you doing here? Are you suffering from short-term memory loss, or are you just so dense that you didn't understand me the first time?
Well, it's just that...
It's my fault, sir. I couldn't get a hold of Eugene, so I thought that Sophie, being handy and all, could fix the vent herself.
Well, that wasn't your decision to make, was it?
No. No, it wasn't.
Come with me.
Sorry.
Oh? Oh. Oh, you're right. That shouldn't be there.
Oh, I guess I'm free to disturb room 508 now. But that's where Bernard and Linda were... Ew. tonight in my room, Michael will be sleeping. We need to discuss our plan.
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Andrew speaking.
It's me.
Hey, you got anything good for me?
Yeah, but I also wanted to thank you for saving my skin earlier.
Oh, no problem.
I hope I didn't get you into too much trouble.
No, not really.
Oh?
I might have been if it wasn't for that piece of paper Bernard found. I don't know what it said, but he got really weird after reading it. He forgot what he wanted to tell me and just asked that I type some letters for him instead.
I guess that's better than a sermon, but it still sounds awful.
It's alright. I'm a pretty fast typer. Anyway, did you manage to open the vent? What was in it?
I found another message written in secret code.
And?
It says, "Meet me tonight in my room. Michael will be sleeping. We need to discuss our plan."
Who's Michael? A guest's husband?
I don't know. It's the first time I'm hearing of a Michael in this story.
Yeah, the cast keeps getting bigger. I'll just check the logbook. There's a Michael staying in room 507.
Mrs. Beaumont's room? But she doesn't have a husband. She's here alone with... Oh! Michael must be her son. I got him some extra blankets the other day so he could build a fort.
That's really nice of you. So, Mrs. Beaumont is linked to the Cruzes, huh? I have a feeling we may be approaching the climax of this story.
I guess I should go have a look at 507, but it's not on my list. There's a do not disturb sign on the door.
How about I call up there? You know, to make sure no one's home.
Good idea.
Just a sec. Well, it looks like the room is ready for your snooping, my lady.
Thank you, good sir. I'll call you back. Mr. Cruz, huh? Numbers, dates, times. What does it all mean? A lovely shade of lipstick. I know lipstick marks are a pain to scrub off, but they're kind of charming. Oh, Michael. Adults can be so confusing. I promise it's not you. So you were eager to set up a meeting, but didn't want anyone noticing. Did Marcella send this? Sounds like this is from your school days, but the name of the sender is smudged. Aha! Keys are Snoop's best friend. Funny how some games really stand the test of time. I used to play this with Mom all the time. So a husband can abuse his wife and just get away with it? And people like Linda still think divorce is wrong? Ugh. I'll need another key to unlock this. Haven't I seen one just like this somewhere? Ah, that's so sweet. I didn't do much, but I'm glad it meant something to you. That look in your eyes. What does it mean? And who is this from? Looks like someone grew tired of looking at your face, Mr. Beaumont. He's all but outright threatening you. Oh, I hope you can stay as far away from him as possible. There you are. With Marcella. God knows where she is.
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Andrew speaking.
Hey, Andrew.
Sophie, crazy timing. I've got something for you.
Oh, what is it?
I heard a certain Mr. Cruz and a Mr. Morgan had an argument yesterday evening.
Really? Who told you that?
Jacques did. Apparently, it got so heated he had to get involved. And it sounds like I was on the right track, because he heard a particular word thrown around quite a lot. Can you guess what it is?
Blackmail?
Well, that was your theory, remember? No, it's affair.
Affair? How bad was the fight?
I think Jacques got in the middle of it before it got too intense. but he said Mr. Cruz looked like he was about to kill Mr. Morgan. So Mrs. Cruz must be having an affair with him, right? And her husband found out?
Maybe, but that doesn't explain Mrs. Beaumont's involvement with Mrs. Cruz.
What do you mean?
I found a chest in room 507. I think it can only be opened by turning 2 keys at once. I found one of them in Mrs. Beaumont's things.
What about the second one?
Well, I remembered seeing a similar key in one of Mr. Morgan's stocking pictures, so I went back to check. Mrs. Cruz wears it as a pendant. It looks identical to Mrs. Beaumont's key.
Let me get this straight. Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz own identical keys that open a chest with 2 locks? Okay, there's definitely something going on between them.
Yeah, but the answers probably lie in that chest, and I don't think I'll be able to open it. I've looked around room 509. I would have seen the second key if it was there. Mrs. Cruz must have left with it this morning.
Probably.
We were so close. I can't believe it all ends here.
Well, if you get me a candle and some plaster, I may be able to do something about that chest.
How?
I'll tell you later, okay? Just find those things, and I'll meet you in the basement as soon as I can.
All right. Thank you for not giving up.
I would never give up on you.
Great. This takes care of half of this little scavenger hunt. As for the candles, doesn't Rebecca keep some in her locker downstairs?
Are you here to apologize? Apologize? I'm not the one who should be apologizing.
You're such an idiot. I can't believe that I fell in love with you.
Wait.
What?
I want my mother's ring back.
There. I don't want it anyway.
Gotta hold on to these tight. Don't worry, gossiper. I'm coming back to you. I still haven't learned all of Gracie Jones' secrets. Syracuse. I guess Andrew went there on a holiday or something.
Is there anything you might have said or done to anger him?
What are you saying? That I deserve this?
No, of course not. All I need to say is that maybe from his perspective, well, oh, never. What are you going to do next?
Fired? What else? I don't know what on earth's going on here. Is it because of that goddamn snowstorm? Or was there something in the coffee this morning?
What do you mean?
Well, the whole staff's completely off today. Jock leaving luggage carts everywhere. Wendy asking for a day off. Andrew suddenly worrying about the floor tiles. Oh, and that maid? What's her name? Sylvie? I never noticed how odd she is.
Sophie, you mean? I like her. She's a good girl.
You know what? I should call the city. Tell them they don't need to build that new madhouse next door. There's one right here.
Oh, no. It's not that bad. I'm here, aren't I? Come here. Let me help you forget about all that for a minute.
It's locked. Off limits. It's locked. Fine. Keep your secrets, locker. So you do have a stash of candles. But where is it? I'm good. Mr. VIP is really getting to Bobby. I hope you managed to calm him down, Reb. The last thing the Clarington needs today is a murdered guest. Ooh, is this a movie script? Stash uncovered. Reb, you won't mind if I just take one, right? Got a candle. Now, what next?
There you are.
I'm not sure I understand what the plan is here.
Well, I remember reading a spy novel, I can't remember the title, it wasn't that good, in which they used wax and plaster to make a key mold. I'm thinking we could do the same.
Are you sure it's gonna work?
Sure? No. In the novel, they used a special kind of wax, not candle wax. But I think it's worth a shot.
Yeah, you're right.
So let's do this, shall we? First step, pour the wax, I suppose? Careful though, the pot's probably hot. That's it. Nicely done. Better wait a few seconds before removing it. Looks good. pretty sure you can take it out now. I think we're almost done. All that's left is to pour the plaster from the cup into the mold. Good job. So now we wait until it's dry, I guess.
How long do you think it's gonna take?
A few minutes, probably. We can poke it every now and then to check.
I bet you didn't think you'd be making a plaster key today, huh?
No. But I like it. I feel like I'm in one of those novels I spend my days reading.
Yeah, I always see you with a book in your hands. Do you write as well?
Oh, no. I'm terrible.
So you've tried?
I thought for a while it would be my true calling, but one of my roommates read my manuscript and assured me it wasn't for me.
What did you write?
Oh, a while back I went through a rough patch, so someone close to me suggested I write my autobiography. She thought it might help.
That sounds interesting.
It's really not. Trust me, my life doesn't deserve to be told in a book. And what about you? Do you write?
Not really. I mean, I have this journal in which I write about my day and stuff, you know? And sometimes I scribble down some story ideas, but I've never had the time to properly develop them.
Hey, why don't you come over sometime? We could read each other's writing. What do you think?
Okay, why not? Just promise not to laugh.
I won't laugh at yours if you don't laugh at mine. But seriously, I'm sure you're underselling yourself. With all the things you see in guests' rooms, that brain of yours must be bursting with great ideas.
Maybe. We'll see.
Oh, look. I think our key double is dry and ready to go.
I can't believe it worked. I could not have done this without you.
Well, I'm glad I was able to be of some help. I should get back upstairs, though. I've been gone far too long already. Let me know how it goes with the key. Oh, and you should probably be careful when you turn it. Otherwise, it could break inside the lock.
Yeah, I'll be careful. Thank you for everything.
You're welcome, Sophie.
Oh, another one. Wendy and Chuck have really gotten around. Figures that if you were going to break any rules, it'd be the ones about which books you can or cannot read. What happened to you before you came to Montreal? Why don't you want to go back home? Be careful, Sophie. You don't want this key to break. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was Black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. These two sure love their riddles. Huh. Marcella invited you to the movies. Let me guess. You said yes. Doris Day. That's an alliteration, isn't it? Doris. I-S. That novelist, Bridget Boswell, is actually you, Marcella? Oh, Anne. Murder might be a bit much, but you deserve some kind of justice. I do like a happy ending. I just hope that's where your story is headed. Oh, so you came to Montreal under the pretense of celebrating your wedding anniversary, but all along, you meant to reunite with Anne. After all this, turns out you're a fan of Bridget? Of Marcella? An advance on my salary. So Marcella hired you. But what for?
So this was all a story about star-crossed lovers, with the lovers in question being Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz?
Seems like it, yeah. But I'm not sure whether they chose to meet here just to reconnect for a few days, or if there's something more to it.
Actually, I think I can help with that.
Really? How?
Well, some mail just arrived here for Mrs. Beaumont.
I wonder what's in it.
Me too.
Should we open it?
Well, that's illegal, isn't it? But sometimes the mail arrives a little damaged, you know? Oops.
So?
It's a tourism pamphlet for California and 3 train tickets. What do you think this means?
I'd say Anne and Marcella are probably planning to run away from their husbands. Those train tickets must be for them and Michael.
So you're on a first-name basis now, huh?
Well, after reading so much of their correspondence, I kind of feel like I know them, you know?
Yeah, like characters in a book. I have to say, though, I'm still a bit confused as to how Paul fits into all of this.
I think Marcella hired him. I found some letters Paul wrote to her. He said that her proposition took him by surprise, and that he'd need an advance on his salary.
What would she hire him for, though?
I'm not sure. I didn't find the letter he was replying to.
And why did he have those pictures of you?
We'll probably never know. I think the trail ends here.
I guess investigations in real life always have some loose ends. I was kinda hoping we'd have this big third act reveal, to be honest.
At least it made our day pretty interesting.
That's for sure. It helped me understand you better, too.
Oh?
Why you snoop, I mean. Piecing together people's stories, learning what makes them tick. It makes you realize we may have more in common than it seems.
You're right. Which is why the next story I'd like to learn is yours, Andrew.
Oh? Am I gonna find you snooping through my apartment next?
No.
I would love to share my story with you, Sophie. You're the first person in a long time who's made me feel like I can. Would you come and see me when your shift ends? We could leave together, if you'd like.
Sure. If we're able to. With all that snow, I'm thinking maybe we'll have no choice but to spend the night here.
I guess that wouldn't be so bad. We could set up a pillow fort on the mezzanine.
A pillow fort? We do work in a hotel, you know. There are actual beds here.
Oh, I wouldn't be sleeping. I've got a reading list the size of the Eiffel Tower. This would be the perfect chance to put a dent in it.
That does sound like fun. I could bring my magazines and, ooh, maybe light some of Rebecca's candles.
Now I kinda hope we do get stuck here.
I just have to finish my tasks for the day, and then I can leave.
Mr. Cruz? Mr. Cruz. Oh God. Oh God. What happened? Is this about Paul? Does that mean... Mr. Cruz's life insurance policy. Why did he have this on him? Marcella? Okay, let's not jump to conclusions. A, B, and Beaumont. Should I hold on to this, maybe? Poor Paul. Lindsay's death really hit him hard. He hasn't been in the best headspace. So Paul just needed to pass the time while Marcella was away. That's why he was observing us. Paul was hiding out right here. Did he ever find the person who was sneaking out at night? $9:45? So Anne and Marcella met here this morning while I was busy cleaning room 504. Looks like Paul had to stop writing in a hurry. What happened? I was listening to the radio at the time. Did the music drown out the noise? Looks like Paul had to stop writing in a hurry. What happened? I was listening to the radio at the time. Did the music drown out the noise? Might need this to restore power. I don't think there's anything here that would help me. It's too big. I guess I'll need that worked, thank God. Now, to get the power back.
Is there anything I've forgotten? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Andrew? Where is everyone?
Montreal Police Service, Station 22.
There's a man dead. He's been murdered. I need the police.
Please stay calm, ma'am. Where are you right now?
The lobby, but the body, it's upstairs.
Can you give me the address, please?
Oh, 1178 Drummond Street.
All right, ma'am. Officers are on their way.
Thank you. Is this the brochure Andrew was talking about? The one that came in the mail for Anne? The West Coast. That's about as far from Montreal as you can get without crossing an ocean. So Anne and Marcella really are planning to run off together. Was what happened to Hector part of their plan? Bernard really wants Paul out of the hotel. Okay, I can see how this could make Paul look bad. But it's obvious Bernard cares more about the hotel's reputation than the guests' well-being. Okay, I can see how this could make Paul look bad. But it's obvious Bernard cares more about the hotel's reputation than the guests' well-being.
Hey, you're here. I've tried restoring the power, but I think Eugene's the only one with the key to the fuse box, and Sophie? Don't worry, I'll find a way to bring the lights back on. Hey, you look a bit pale. Is everything okay?
I found Mr. Cruz. Hector.
He's back? How's he taking that whole thing with his wife?
You don't understand. I found his body. He's dead, Andrew.
Jesus. Maybe you need to sit down, huh? Did you call the police?
Yeah, they're on their way.
What happened? Was he sick or something?
No, I don't think so. Someone did this to him.
You mean... Jesus. Do you think it could be Paul?
I found something on Hector that would point to that. Yes.
On Hector? You You've touched the body?
I didn't... I mean, yes, kind of.
Okay. Not a great idea, but we'll figure something out. Just maybe don't mention that to the police, hmm? What did you find?
I found out Hector was trying to get some information on Paul. Plus, we know they fought yesterday, so maybe there was another altercation and Jacques wasn't there to intervene this time.
Yeah, maybe it's an accident. Maybe Paul freaked out and fled the scene. He may have spent some time in a psychiatric hospital, but that doesn't mean he's some dangerous psychopath.
I think I know what you mean. It would be so easy for newspapers to turn this into a cautionary tale on the dangers of crazy people.
Exactly. And it would give Bernard and his pals all the ammunition they need to fight the construction of the new hospital. Those places, they have a bad rep, but the good ones, they can really help people. You know, when I was 19, I studied to be a priest, but I felt so lost. I couldn't enjoy the things I used to like. I could barely get myself out of bed. So I ended up going to a psychiatric hospital. And the doctors, they helped me get back on my feet. But when I returned to my hometown, it was like I had become a complete stranger. My mother kept telling me I was making it worse in my head, but I swear, people were changing sidewalks when they saw me, looking at me as if I was this dangerous creature all of a sudden. That's why I didn't tell you that.
What?
Call it coincidence or fate, but that psychiatric hospital, it's the same one Paul went to. I've met him there, talked to him a bit. I'm sorry I didn't say anything before.
It's okay. I get why you didn't.
You do?
You know how I tell everyone that my mom's sick, bedridden? Well, it's true, but I always leave out the part about her illness not being physical. I'm ashamed of the truth. So even though I don't know exactly what you went through, I can understand.
Thank you for telling me. I know it's not an easy thing to talk about, but if you ever want to talk about your mom, I'm here. They're here. Promise me you'll be careful with the information you share.
Yeah, of course.
Miss Roy? Miss Roy? Miss Roy!
Oh, sorry. I was distracted.
I really need you to focus right now. I don't want to be here all night, and I'm sure you don't either.
No, I don't.
So, as I was saying, we're trying to ascertain the circumstances of Mr. Cruz's death. Can you tell me how you came to find the body?
I was cleaning room 509 when I heard the elevator bell ring. Again and again and again. I thought maybe a child was playing with the doors, so I went out in the corridor, and that's when I saw him. All the blood and...
Why was the elevator bell ringing?
I'm sorry?
You said you heard the elevator bell ring. Why was it ringing? I assume it wasn't a child after all.
Well, Mr. Cruz's body was preventing the doors from closing.
Really? When we found the body, it wasn't that close to the doors.
Oh, The stairs are blocked because of the renovations, so the elevator's the only way out of the 5th floor. I had no choice but to move the body. Just a little.
Ah, so that explains the traces we found. Thank you for clearing that up. So, what did you do after that?
Well, that's when the power cut. So I had to go to the janitor's closet.
To access the fuse box.
Exactly. I changed a few fuses and turned the power back on.
But there's a lock on that box, isn't there? Did you have the key?
No, I didn't. Only Eugene does. But I thought an ice pick might do the trick, so I went to the ice machine to get one.
You're a size 7, I suppose.
Yes, I am. Why?
What did you see when you went to the ice machine?
There was blood. A lot of it.
Did you touch anything?
No. No, nothing.
That's weird. It sure looks like someone poked around the crime scene. Oh well. We'll know more once the fingerprint analysis comes in, won't we? So, what did you do after restoring the power?
I took the elevator down to the lobby. That's where I called the police.
Do you remember what you said to the operator? The exact words.
No, I'm afraid I don't.
You said, there's a man dead. He's been murdered.
That's possible.
What makes you so sure it was murder?
I've been snooping around the guests' rooms.
I didn't think you'd admit it.
You knew already?
We've found pictures of you snooping around.
Oh.
Now, unless you want me to arrest you for violating your guest's privacy, I suggest you tell me everything you know.
All right.
We've learned from one of your colleagues that the victim had a fight with a guest named Mr. Spade. What can you tell me about him?
I don't really know anything about him. He seems nice, though.
Nice. I wouldn't be so sure.
Oh?
We found out that Mr. Spade is fresh out of a madhouse. When we called the place, they painted quite the picture of him. Did you ever see him display odd behavior in or around the hotel?
No. I mean, we've all got our little quirks, don't we?
Did he seem obsessed with Mrs. Cruz?
A little, maybe, but...
Obsessed enough to kill her husband?
No, nothing like that. We all have our obsessions. Me, for instance. I'm obsessed with celebrities and gossip magazines, and...
You don't seem to understand, Miss Roy. Mr. Spade is not like you and me. He may look like us, but he's not. He's dangerous and needs to be taken off the streets. So tell me, did you ever see him be violent or aggressive?
No, I didn't. I'm sorry I can't be of more help.
No, I'm sure you are. But we're not quite done yet, Miss Roy. The victim's wife, Marcella Cruz. Apparently she left in quite a hurry this morning. What can you tell me about her?
I don't know much. Only that she looks like a loving, caring wife.
Really? That's odd, because we learned a lot about Mrs. Cruz when we went through her room. And let's just say that loving, caring wife are not the first words that would come to mind.
Oh?
She's a lesbian, involved in some sordid affair with the guest from room 507, Mrs. Beaumont. Have you ever witnessed them engaging in immoral behavior?
What do you mean?
I'm asking if you've seen them being, you know, intimate.
No, I haven't. No.
And did you hear them discuss their deviant ways in front of Mrs. Beaumont's son, perhaps? Imagine what kind of effect such perversion can have on a young child.
No, I didn't hear anything.
Did you hear them express their hatred of men? Did they ever talk about using violence against men? Did you hear them speak ill of Mr. Cruz?
No, I didn't hear any of that.
I'm sorry, Miss Roy, but I just don't believe you. I think you know more than you've let on.
Can I please leave?
You can. But you'd better stay in town. I'm sure I'll have more questions for you very soon.
Bernard was strangely chipper on the phone. That can't be a good sign. Like, the atmosphere is so different in here. Will it ever feel like it used to? It'll probably be a while before the hotel reopens. Anne, Marcella, and Paul are all suspects for Hector's murder. Was there anything I could have done to protect them? Without Eugene, the lobby will be a swimming pool by the end of the month. Will the rest of the building even be standing? I'm not going back up there.
I'll go empty my locker.
Andrew,
Hey,
are you okay?
I've just been fired.
What? No,
It's okay. I just need some time to process it. I'll be on the mezzanine if you want to join me afterwards.
yeah. Yeah, okay.
Ah, Miss Roy. Come in. I suppose you know why you're here?
I would guess it has something to do with the murder.
Well, you'd be right about that. We've been getting a lot of press lately, and not the good kind. I wouldn't expect you to understand the position I'm in, but I assure you, it's quite uncomfortable. To have one's life's work blown away like that. All thanks to some sexual deviance and a nut job. It's obvious to me now that I haven't been firm enough. For guests of such morals to be comfortable booking a few nights here and committing such a horrid act? Things need to change. This means elevating our standards to the highest possible level, and it starts with the people working here. It starts with you.
With me?
Yes. From what I've heard, you've been quite the exemplary maid lately. Clean rooms, satisfied guests.
I take my job very seriously, sir.
As you should. We'll see for the future, but for now, you'll be allowed to continue working here.
Thank you.
I'm not done. The police have finished their investigation and left a mess on the 5th floor. I want you to clean it up.
You want me to go back there?
Yes. Why not?
I found a dead body on that floor. I'm not going back.
I'll make this simple for you. If you don't do it, you're fired.
Okay. I'll take care of it.
Good. Well, what are you waiting for? Get to work.
Oh, now?
Yes, now. That'll be all.
Hey.
Hey,
What a week.
you don't say. So what did Bernard want with you?
He wants me to clean the mess on the 5th floor.
He does? After everything you've been through up there? I can't believe it.
Yeah. I wish I would have stood up to him, but I really need this job.
It's okay. I know you do.
Did Bernard say why he was firing you?
Well, I told him about my time at the psychiatric hospital.
Really?
Yeah. He said that didn't fit with the hotel standards and showed me the door.
So, what's next for you?
I think I'd like to be my own boss. No more Bernard looking over my shoulder. I've had this dream for a while of maybe opening a bookstore.
I can't say I'm surprised.
It just makes so much sense. I'd be able to combine the two things I love most, reading books and helping people. Granted, helping people find books is a far cry from helping them find God, but...
My mom likes to say, there's no job too small. Plus, just by the way you're talking about it, it's obvious it'd make you happy. And that's what really matters, I think.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you. I'm really glad I have you in my life.
Me too. Can I?
Kiss me?
Yes.
Please do.
That was...
Yeah, it was.
What do you think will happen to them?
Who?
Sorry, my mind wanders sometimes. I meant Paul, Anne, and Marcella. Do you think they'll be released?
What do you think?
I don't know. I wish they'd get a happy ending, but I'm not sure it's that kind of story.
I'd like to believe it is. I think Paul becomes a famed photographer. He gets his own studio and decorates it like a hotel bathroom. As for Anne and Marcella, they move in together. But they keep leaving each other notes in the vents. You know, for old time's sake.
I like it. Maybe you should write that.
Maybe I will.